guys, welcome to our crib. Hey guys, how's it going? So, co-sleeping is really near and dear to my heart, but it is something that needs to be done properly. It can be dangerous. There's a lot of things people can do to prevent, anything bad happening. And so I'm going to kind of run through a list of some things you can do, and I will show you guys our setup. I'm using Hello Kitty today as an example, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And just remember, co-sleeping is not really pediatrician recommended, but I think the danger of co-sleeping is that people don't talk about it and talk about how to do it safely. So if we can just talk about it and get awareness out there how to co-sleep safely, I think it could make it a lot safer. So with that being said, I did show my pediatrician our setup. There's my cat. Our setup of how we co-sleep, and she was actually like, she was okay with it. She's like, well, like, it looks pretty good. And she was like anti co-sleeping. So anyways, my setup impressed my pediatrician, so that says a lot. So anyways, I will jump into the video. Alright guys, so of course the baby should be at full term weight and healthy. The baby should sleep next to you, and ideally a breastfeeding mother, because they have increased responsiveness to the baby's needs. You should be in a C shape or the cuddle curl, that way you won't roll over. And the baby and mom should form a V together. This prevents blocked airways. Alright, and next you want to make sure the baby is at the breast, not any higher or lower. And you also want to make sure the baby is at the correct temperature, dressed appropriately. So this is an example of what they could wear in the winter on a cold night: sleep sack and a long onesie. This is an autumn example on a cool night. A spring example, just a onesie. And a summer example. Speaking of appropriate dress, they do not need hats when they're sleeping. It can cover their face and cause blocked airways. Speaking of that, you want to keep the covers off their heads. So what we do, we put the blanket about this level for the baby, and then we quote unquote lock in the blanket between the headboard, between the footboard and the mattress. That way the blanket cannot go up over the baby's head. And people might wonder, how do the adults stay warm when the blanket is either not there or so low? But you can wear an adult onesie if you want. I don't, but we just keep the house about 78, and I don't even need a blanket. There should also be no pillows, either with you if you can stand it, and with the baby they do not need pillows. Make sure to watch out for cell phone cords. Could definitely be dangerous for the baby. It could get wrapped around their head, things like that. And you also want to watch out for the gaps that could be at the side of the beds, between bed rails, or at the headboard or footboard. You also want to clear any excess things from the bed. Sometimes you might change the baby on the bed and then there's loose clothes or something like that, and they can hold those and drop them over their face. So we don't want that. So just clear away toys, clothes, anything like that. Also want to be careful even taking naps or falling asleep with the baby on the couch, chairs, and recliners. It is not safe. There's a more likely chance of blocked airways. Pets can disrupt sleep and also have allergens, so keep them off the bed. You also want to make sure your hair is out of the baby's way. I know this is a little extravagant example, but yeah, make sure your hair is pulled back or out of the way. Babies should also be on their back or on their side if they are breastfeeding. You want to have a nice firm mattress. You don't want any sagging or things like that. You want to clear any dangling objects, secure nearby items like a bookshelf. Your husband or partner should not be a very deep sleeper. Both people should be sober and not smoking. Check the surroundings of the bed and check if you are someone who would want bed rails. I think they are necessary for when baby starts to crawl. And what I was pointing to earlier was that I sleep there on the right side and my husband sleeps on the left side, and it's a king bed, so it is pretty big. It's actually recommended that the husband is not in the same bed, but that's would not work for our family. And then also if there is siblings, they should not sleep side by side until the youngest one is 18 months. And there's also something called an owlet, which goes on the baby's ankle, and it records their pulse and oxygen levels. So 7 of these tips came from the Safe 7, which is a well-known how to sleep safely tips, and some other sources that I will link below. Alright guys, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.